godly shit right there. You gonna put me in my zone now.
I'm prolific, so gifted. I'm the type that's gon' go get it. No kidding. Breaking down a switch in front of your building. Sitting on the steps, feeling no feelings. Last night it was a cold killing. You gotta keep the devil in his hole, nigga. But you know how it go, nigga. I'm front line every time it's on, nigga. 100 pro flow, running shoot pro. 458 drop, playing bulletproof soul. Every few shows I just buy some new gold. Circle got smaller, everybody can't go. Downtown Diamond District, jewelers like yo. Hustle, holla at me, I got Cubans on the low. Through the Cancun, smoking Cubans on the boat. Then dock that Tulum just to smoke. Look, listening to music at the Mayan ruins. True devotion on the bluest ocean. Cruising, my cultural influence, even revolution. I'm integrated vertically, y'all niggas blew it. They tell me hustle, dumb it down, you might confuse me. It's like that weirdo rap you motherfuckers used to. I'm a urban legend, South Central in a certain section. Can't express how I curb detectives. Guesses, evidence of a divine presence. Blessings, held me down at times I seem reckless. Effort, got an L but got an E for effort. Stretched it, dropped him off in the Mojave Desert. Then left it, ain't no answer to these trick questions.
Money making nil.
Ooh, I was waiting for that part when he said spoke some things to the universe and they appeared.
Yeah.
Woo. Hey.
Yeah, bro. Nip get me in my zone, bro.
Hey, shout out to Nip, the neighborhood Nip, the legend himself. Well, shit, man. It ain't exclusive. If it ain't an EMLN exclusive, it's your boy BQ. We right here in the heart of Silicon Valley, right here in downtown San Jose, Sofa District. And another treat, y'all. Another treat. You know, we're going to keep them coming. We're going to bring special guests to deliver the art of vision, talk about, you know, their processes, their experience, the game, and we're gonna soak up some game today, folks. So I got a very special guest today. No introduction needed. My boy Lee Ferris. What it do?
Be here, bro. I appreciate you having me, bro. Good to see you,
sir, man. Well, first and foremost, thank you for coming to San Jose.
Of course,
appreciate
bro.
you making the drive. I know you be in Atlanta, LA, Fashion District.
Had to
you know
come
what I mean?
down, bro. I was like, I came down specifically to make it here for this, bro. So
love,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, when was the last time you came to San Jose? Have you ever came to San Jose?
No, for sure. I got love for San Jose. My boy, I told you, Blue Chip. They got the Purple Lotus, so definitely
shout out Purple Lotus.
The Purple Lotus. There's some vegan spots out here, so you know I always be on the vegan. I went to a little vegan donut shop out here.
They got a vegan donut shop out here? I ain't even heard of it. What's it?
It was called Vegan Donut Cafe or something like that.
That's what's
it was
up.
cool. They had some vegan donuts. It was good. Donut holes, all that. But no, I got my boy Ralph. He's based out of here too. He from San Jose. He real big in the cannabis industry. Eyes low, but they got a lot of stuff they're doing in the legal market. So I'm pretty familiar with San Jose. But it's been a while since I've been down.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you coming back. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's some specific things I want to go into because I feel like for the ones that aren't familiar with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've known you for a few years now. You came to Any Given Bars, you know what I'm saying? You dropped some bars.
Yeah.
You killed that shit. Also, you've been, you know, doing your thing in the hip-hop industry in Atlanta and all over in the fashion space, branding, creative direction, creating packaging. I mean, you have a list of services that, you know, I'm still unfamiliar with, and I want to give you a chance to kind of share with the people and stuff like that. But feel free to, you know, give a little introduction to yourself to the ones that don't know you and express a little bit about what you do and how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, yeah, for everybody not familiar, my name's Lee Ferris, from the Bay Area, Hayward, California, South Hayward to be specific. And I'm a creative director. I do photography, graphic designs, merch, album rollout planning, sourcing products, and just really all around just creation. Like, I'm just a creator. I really feel like if Tyler wasn't Tyler the creator, I definitely would have been Lee the creator, but I, you know, gonna hop on this wave. But yeah, I'm just an all around creative. I always had a different eye for just looking at the world. I always saw ways to market things in a different way, like from, you know, candles, cologne. I've done all types of things. Like my time being here. But just all around creative and just always trying to find more ways to just to express myself. Just like all around artist. So
beautifully said, man. I think it was important for me to let you express that because I wanted people to kind of get an understanding of how I'm going to roll this out, because we were talking off camera about the hip hop industry and like how there's so many roles to be filled, right?
Bro, way too many. Such an untapped market, especially here. Like
especially in the Bay.
Yeah, it's like we're kind of like well, how would I word it? We're not structured properly. Like we have so much game and raw talent. It's just siphoning it or like properly getting it filtered, you know, the right way to just to get it to the world for the rest of the world to be able to understand how to digest it. Because we got some of the purest talent, and a lot of it's stolen and credited to other regions in the country because we don't know how to properly market and share that in a way that can be understood outside of the Bay Area. Because we got a lot of our way of speaking, our way of carrying ourselves is unlike any other place. So like if you're not familiar with it, you might not know how to receive it. So like I would say that.
I couldn't agree more, man. To your point, like lack of infrastructure, you know what I'm saying? And I think I've heard this conversation numerous times, you know what I'm saying? And I think there is efforts out there. I'm not going to say that there aren't people creating platforms and media blogs. You know, we got the Thizzlers out there. Obviously, you got the OGs, the 106 KMELs, but you also got some independent people like, you know, us, EMLN Exclusive. Shout out to NorCal Next Up and, you know, Shimo Media. There's other individuals I've seen building it, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's in its way. It's inevitable. Yeah. But there's more work that needs to be filled.
It's definitely a few people around the Bay Area that are definitely doing a good job. I just still see a lot of open space for us to win. Like a lot of places where we can be doing way better. And it's not even that the talent's not there. The talent is fully there. It's just properly documenting it. Yeah. Like we haven't done a good job of documenting a lot of our culture and getting it to the masses. It's a lot of local documentation, but documentation that can be digested around the world. Yeah, at scale.
And just for like, I think my take with it and like how my introduction to this space is that I've always had an appreciation for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Since a young kid, my brother's older than me by like 10 years. So I was a young bull in the back of the car in the Jetta. You know what I'm saying? He was over slapping some 50 Cent. He was slapping some, you know what I'm saying, the Jacka. He was slapping Young Bloods. He was slapping Lil Jon. Just slapping all hip hop from all over
the place.
So it was already ingrained in me at an early age. And then, you know, as I got older, you know, I was always into streetwear fashion, rocking the snapbacks, rocking the fitteds. I used to be the kid that had so many hats, I would start flipping them, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually I started trading, beating people in Madden, started taking their hats and shit, flipping those things. And then like, so it's always, like I said, when I think of culture, I think of an umbrella and I think of like multiple elements of that culture, which is music, it's art, it's cannabis, it's food, like it's so many different aspects to it. And as I got older, I always knew in my heart, and I say my heart because I really feel that shit. You feel me? Like I want to be a part of this, but I don't want to be a rapper. Yeah, like I knew I didn't want to be that rapper.
Bro, it's so many roles to play, and that's like a lot of the people, like especially the younger kids, get caught up in wanting to be the one in the spotlight, wanting to be the one who is the rapper. But it's so many other roles to play that you can help the rapper get to where they need to go faster. You end up being richer than the rapper. But I'm like, it's so many roles to play. You could be like, you might not be good at rapping, but you're good at coming up with marketing plans. You're good at taking pictures. You're good at video. You're good at branding. You're good at designing merch. You're good. You might just be a person that just needs to be in the room just to inspire them. Like they might need just you to tell them, like, what do you hear when you hear this beating? You're just the person that tells them, like, it makes me feel like this. And then they can express it in a way you can't. So it's like so many different roles to play, from manager to A&R to PR to, it's just too many things. You could be their personal assistant. it's just way too many roles to be played that I feel like a lot of the light doesn't get shined on, that are very important roles when you get to the major level of the industry. Like at a local level, yeah, you just want to be the rapper. But once you get to like dealing with major labels, you start seeing how many people are actually involved to give us the final product of these celebrities that we get to know and love.
You know what's crazy is like the beautiful thing about today's landscape is that, you know, social media has changed the mediums. Like, you know, we used to have to be reliant on labels and like reliant on big TV programs to like highlight you and be famous. And now, you know, you got producers and, you know, curators and creative people like yourself that can be equally as influential as a rapper. And that's why I feel like that's the beauty of like being in these roles now is that now you get to leverage your own influence the same way a rapper would. You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like with it, the thing is like it's all expression at the end of the day. So like I still look at it as we're all artists in our own aspects. So like I look at it as like if you have a very creative, unique way of looking at the world and how to share who you are with the world, and you know how to look at other people and tell them like what they could be doing. Like you might not be able to look at yourself and see all your best qualities and know like what's the obvious things you should market that people are going to resonate with the most. But your best friend might be right there and be like, look, bro, this is what I like about you the most. You should tell them this. You should share more of your sense of humor. You should show them more of this in your personality. And that's how we end up beginning to really connect with a person or an influencer or celebrity that we might know. So I think it's really important to just focus on that and just like knowing your role, knowing to have people around that enhance you if you are the artist. But it's just a lot of more roles to play than just being the artist.
I always use the analogy of a football team with this kind of, I kind of see it as the same thing. Like you got the quarterback who might be the main influence, right? But then you got the running back, you got the offensive lineman, you got the blockers, the fullback, all got to pave a way for at the end of the day to score, right? And then our version of it is to succeed, whether it's to make a hit single or to make a video go into Apple TV or you know what I'm saying? It's very similar. And I always use sports as an analogy because I used to play sports and
and it's like the most relatable too. So like I always love it. Like everybody's heard it, I feel like, but I just love the phrase if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So I'm like,
I've used that quote a lot of times.
So I'm like, it's just real important to build a team. Find some people around you, whatever the characteristics around you, whatever like attracts that person to you, give them a role that they get to really use those best attributes that they have that can help you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, we've slowly built our team through organic connection and just being on that same frequency. I feel like a lot of the times in my early stages of building EMLN, I was trying to get my close family and friends involved, and then a lot of us are on different paths and different callings, and I respect it too, you know. And sometimes when you're young and ambitious, you lack self-awareness, and you end up putting yourself in situations where you're like, fuck, like stressing out about making something happen and realizing that people are just, it's not that you can't do it or you don't have the ability to make some shit pop, but you're just not in the right environment. You know? I seen this meme where they were talking about a Lamborghini that was sitting in for years, and he said his dad told his daughter to go take it to places to see how much he can get it for. Someone was offering him like $10K. Another person that loved the car was offering him $100K. But it was just the analogy of like being in the right room.
You gotta look at it like this, bro. Like as an artist, you can put a painting, a Basquiat painting, for example, could be sitting in an alley. It looks like trash. But if you put it in a gallery, you'll realize, oh, this is amazing. Like, so it's really about what you surround yourself with. Because, like, if you're in an environment where nobody sees your true value and you're not able to be the greatest version of yourself, it's a disservice to you as a human. So, like, I feel like you'll feel it, like, naturally. Like, if you throw out ideas and you're in a room where nobody else enhances that idea and they're like, you guys can't build and feed off of each other's energy, you got to find a new circle of people. And it's not always going to be like, it might not be your closest friends, might not be your team for business or your family like you want it to be, like, which would be very convenient and cool, but it just doesn't end up working like that because a lot of people's just ways of looking at the world, and they just might not be as passionate as you. A lot of it is passion. So like everybody's not going to be as passionate, as driven as you about an idea that they didn't form. That's what I've grown to accept. They used to frustrate me when I was younger, but I've grown to accept, like, certain books I've read have led me to know not to take anything personally, like The Four Agreements. Love that book by Don Miguel Ruiz. Great book, bro. I'm rereading right now. So like, it's just like hella good book for not taking anything personal, whether good or bad.
I think it's so crazy that you just mentioned that book right now.
Love it,
because
bro.
my last guest, we were just talking about Nigel. Four Agreements.
Yeah, bro.
You mentioned the same exact book.
Bro, that book
and my girlfriend,
life-changing.
too, also told me about that book. So it's like, there's this consistent thing that the universe is telling me that I need to read this book.
Bro, and it's a short book, bro. It's like 100 pages.
So, yeah, I think I agree with what you said, though, your last statement about accepting that, you know, some people might not be as passionate about something that you're creating. And that's why my approach with it is always trying to find what their goals are and figuring out what motivates them, what pushes them, and try to see what I'm doing that can be in alignment with them, so then it becomes an equal trade-off or some type of value we're bringing, so we're motivated to move the ball forward because we're all going to benefit from this somehow. So, yeah, man, that's what's up, bro. I appreciate you sharing that. That's a lot of, beautiful experience that you're giving us right now because we're talking to creatives. You know, I feel like people tuning in are going to be young folks and people in this industry or people that are a fan of your work. But I think we should give these people an opportunity to learn about your experience as far as like what got you to this point, because I see the work you're doing and I see some of the accolades you've gotten, but I want to learn about when you had that moment when you realized this is my occupation. Because I'm sure early on in life you were doing different things and experimenting, and then eventually you were like, this is my calling. Like,
I think a lot of it starts with, like, most people in the industry, it all starts with, like, we all have a love for hip-hop and the culture around it. So, like, it starts off with that, and then it expands to the fashion of it, of, like, thinking back to the nostalgic things of, like, growing up, of, like, watching MTV Cribs and watching different things and just seeing like people's closets, seeing what they had to wear. Certain rappers we used to look up to. I always think of like Fabulous when I was a kid. Fabulous was always like the most put together with like coordinating outfits. True. I was like, damn, bro, it's hella clean. When I get some money, I'm trying to be coordinated like that. But like, I think it's just like, it started off with just a love for hip hop. Then, you know, me transitioning to being an artist. And then from that, it started off with me growing my brand, Wood Gang. I had a lot of dope ideas. I originally had outside graphic designers before I got into it. But I was always with, before I knew how to use any of the graphic design software, I had a vision in my head. Like, I always knew exactly how I wanted things to look. I just didn't know how to use these programs. So, like, I was kind of one of those over-the-shoulder people while you're working on it. I'm like, no, fix this small detail, fix this. So, like, I was like, I wanted to be very hands-on, and then just from doing that and watching, I'm a quick learner. So, like, I then gained access through one of my friends, gave me access to his account for Adobe, and that's kind of what got me in the door to just start practicing and playing with it. And then people started to, after I started doing more designs, other brands liked what I was doing with my brand, and they just started hitting me for assistance. So it's really not even like you necessarily have to go out there reaching out to people trying to find somebody. Like, sometimes you just so good at what you're doing for yourself, other people are going to witness it and be like, I want mine to be similar to that, or I like what the passion he has for his, maybe he can help me. And that's kind of what opened the door for me to start helping other people. And then from there, I just wanted to enhance it. Like, then I was like a purpose with it. Like, I feel like one of my true purposes here is to just help people get to their dream. Like, I want to inspire people to wake up every day and, like, it might not be feeling good, and then you see something I said or I spoke and they put a battery in your back, like, yeah, that's right. Let me get back on it. Like I'm on a mission right now to get to whatever I got to get to. So it's just kind of just motivation for myself is like what I use to motivate other people. A lot of times I post positive quotes and stuff to share with the world, but I'm talking to myself at the same time. So it kind of just started with just passion and just positivity really is just what's driving me at this point.
One of my favorite quotes from Nipsey is the highest human act is to inspire.
Yeah.
And that's like what I take away from what you just said.
Definitely, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like Nipsey was my biggest inspiration, bro. There's nobody like that's inspired me more in life than Nipsey. Like I feel like he kind of left of a piece of that drive in all of us that were true fans of his music. So like I definitely think that I'm just one of the people that he left that inspiration for that's gonna take it, you know, wherever he wanted us to take it from there with that inspiration, similar to like what Tupac did for the generation before us.
I was just gonna say that.
So I'm like, he is like the biggest inspiration to me still to this day. The artist I probably listen to more than anybody to this day. So like he just taking that motivation, I just feel like I got that same energy where I'm like, I just want to inspire people.
And it's insane, bro, because like it all comes down to mindset. Like what Kobe did, you know, the mama mentality, Nipsey, the marathon, like all these things outlive the individual. You know what I'm saying? It's like you become immortal. Obviously not literally, but it's like your legacy lives on forever.
Definitely.
And I think to what you're saying, like I think Nipsey did that to a lot of people, including myself. You know, I got the victory lap right here. You know what I'm saying? Like
up here.
Everyone remembers where they were at when he passed. And like you know, everyone remembers especially that album rollout. Like people don't talk about the quality of that album rollout.
Like I honestly believe nothing greater has come out since that album.
Bro.
Like there's no album that's even coming close to it that I've heard since that album. I'm like, that was like the greatest album of the last decade to me.
I agree because like there's not a lot of albums where I'll play all the way through. You know, you can tell when an artist actually puts their heart and soul into an album.
You feel the chills, like especially now that he's gone. Like that intro comes on, like I feel like the hairs on my arm raised. Like I can feel like what he's saying in my soul. Like I really feel it. Like I'm living it. Like he really makes you feel like you're really embodying the energy he was trying to give us. And I'm like, I just feel like I was a student of it, and I really have taken it on. Like I really feel like he was just my biggest inspiration. Like what he did with seeing value in himself, and he's been like one of the biggest inspirations for me as far as like I buy a lot of books off of old Nipsey interviews. If he mentions it in a like soon as I watch a Nipsey interview and I hear a book mentioned, it gets added to my Amazon cart. I'm like, gotta see what that book's talking about. So like there's another book called Contagious by Jonah Berger. He rapped about it, and that's how he came up with the whole Proud to Pay. So like he just saw value in himself and his product. So Jonah Berger was a guy who was selling a sandwich for like, I believe $100 in New York.
Oh shit.
He was selling $100 sandwich, and it like Oprah posted about it. Then all these different celebrities were coming and paying, and then it just like, it became this craze of like all these rich celebrities were like, this is what we do when we get here. We have to go try this sandwich. And Nipsey took the inspiration from that to charge $100 then $1,000 for his mixtapes.
When he did that campaign, right? He was in different cities.
So like the real Proud to Pay, and that just like made me like cool, because like a lot of the times when you're like dealing with people in your small environment at home, you don't necessarily always get to feel your true value because you're always trying to like make it affordable for the people you care about, instead of just being like, nah, I'm just gonna stand on this and charge what I want to charge, and whoever pays it, they understand what it represents. They see the true art in it and value like what I've created. So like he made me be more confident in charging what I think my art is worth, what I think the energy I put out into this world or this plane that we're on while we're here. I feel like it's high value, high frequency energy that I'm giving out, and I feel like it should be received how I want it to be received. I don't feel like I should have to dim the light of it or lower the value of it, so it's attainable for every person that's close to me.
Hey, I think, and I think it speaks for itself, right? Like you've already been doing it, and you're working with big artists, and you're working with big companies, and you know, like your original inspiration has now transitioned into what you are now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, man. I do want to talk about your a little bit more about your not so much your experience, but what you're doing now, because you moved to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? How long has it been now since you lived there?
Like a year and a half.
Now the shift. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the
It's
shift real
different,
quick,
bro. Like I love it, bro. I fell in love with the city just coming down. Like I came down to Atlanta probably like 5-6 times before moving. So the first time I came, I was like, I like this place. It's dope. Like first time I came, I was in the VIP section with DJ Drama, Lil Key, G-Eazy. So like this is my first time coming to Atlanta. We were at a strip club and seeing all this money in the air. I feel like I'm in the middle of a movie. I'm like, bro, this is Atlanta. It's lit. So like I fell in love with it that time. The next time I came, it was just another great experience, and I just continued to come. And every time I just got this energy of like feeling so inspired, and like I'd always come with like things from my brands, and it would just get received so crazy. Every time I wore stuff that was mine, people would just be like, "Where'd you get that, bro? We love that." And like it just like they're not shy in the South to give you your flowers and like just spread love and just be supportive, which is something that we struggle with here in the Bay Area. Like I felt like I was supported, but I feel like to a degree, like I felt like I hit my cap with like what I could do, and I was like, I got to distance myself to like take it to where I'm trying to take it to, because I really felt like the lane I was creating for myself, I hadn't seen anybody do what I've done before, as specific as like to what I'm doing. And I felt like I needed to go there to catapult it. I felt like I could really take it to the next level and be really, I want to work with the biggest people in the industry. I don't want to just keep it local. Like, and opportunities in the Bay Area, unfortunately, are limited. I don't know if a lot of that can be to blame because of the amount of theft here and robberies. I think some people are just scared to come here, but I wanted to go where the opportunities were the biggest, where I could really run into people I see on TV just on a random day, and just, it's a city that never sleeps. So like every day it's a big networking event that you can go make a life-changing play by just meeting the right person like any given day.
Man, with everything you're saying right now, I can only imagine InvestFest.
Bro, and that's what I want to go to, bro. I want to go hella bad because my boy Dante Catlett, he's a meta creator, but he's really big. He's like my favorite page on Instagram. He just inspires me all the time to just want to create. He does dope content, but like, and really gives you tutorials on how to do it properly and just how to make things better, how to make the audience receive it better. Like I learned a lot just watching his page, and he's just been a big inspiration for me. So like I definitely want to go attend InvestFest. I've met the host of Earn Your Leisure a few times in Oakland and in Atlanta. So like I already like resonated with them. So I just really want to go to support.
You know, I just remembered I ran into you at the and that wasn't InvestFest. It was a Earn Your Leisure. They did a pop up with 19 Keys.
Yeah, in Oakland.
Yeah,
I was there. Yep.
No, I ran into you. Remember, I was there. I ran into with my other homie, Urban Mogul. Shout out to Beto, who was there. It was cool, man. Like it's just so dope to see people putting on financial literacy, talking business, talking ownership.
Yeah, and I came there honestly. I have a vision board. They're on my vision board. I'm already putting it out there. I'm going to be the person that runs all the merchandise for Earn Your Leisure.
Hey, there we
so
go.
I came there just to plant the seed. Like them and 19 Keys know like what I do, show them a preview of what I did, and brought some images of example mock-ups of what I thought would be dope for them.
Damn.
And like, you feel me? Just
came
handed that over. But the next time I see him, I'm coming with these physical products done.
I agree. I think, I don't know if it was Russell that said that, but I think artists aren't really valued in these labels. Like they only value the song.
It's just numbers.
Exactly. It's like the song that produces the numbers they care about. They want to license and royalties. Yeah, exactly. They want to create all these metrics for this one asset. You happen to just have created it, but we care about the asset that you created. And then they find a way. It's been the thing forever. You know what I'm saying? And now it's Russell exposes it, and a lot of other independent artists and stuff like that. But I think AI, to your point, is going to enhance that.
It's scary because I saw Timberland. He's trying to put forth this AI music industry thing where he's developing some technology where you're able to take the voice of dead artists and produce new music with full rights to the song. And I was just like, that's a violation to me.
For sure, it's a violation.
Because he put out a song, like a clip of Biggie rapping on a 2023 produced beat by Timberland, shouting out Pop Smoke, shouting out Young Dolph, like current things. That's I'm like, that's creepy, bro.
That's
I'm like,
a little unethical.
That's violating. Like, you don't know how that could affect. That's like kind of traumatic for the people that knew him. Like, that'll creep somebody out, and it just seems like insensitive.
It is.
Yeah. So like that type of thing is something I don't want to see.
My suggestion to you regulators out there in the Senate, whoever the fuck is gonna regulate this shit. Yeah. My suggestion is whoever's voice that is deserves something out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Or they have the option to deny or
approve. It needs to be like, I feel like it needs to be just like, a lot of approval needs to be given. A lot of blessings. So like,
for sure. I mean, what if like if someone, like we were talking about the Drake and Weekend thing, like easily they should have been like, because I think that shit was streaming, like they streamed it, and it was doing some crazy numbers. Like off the bat, they should
so you're already taking out money from labels, from artists. So like, it's getting weird, man. I'm like, it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. Like hearing these little mashups of like Drake singing Munch and like things like that. It's funny, but it's like creepy at the same time when you really think about it, like that they have technology that can so easily do that and it can add their actual cadence to it. Yeah. That's creepy.
It is wild, man. And once they put that technology on a physical robot, that's where it gets even like iRobot shit at that point.
Yeah, it's really creepy, bro.
All right, well, we're going to leave the scary robot shit to the side. You know what I'm saying? We're going to transition into the reality, you feel me, and the shit that you've been doing, because I was telling, we were talking about your first experience in Atlanta. You got to meet DJ Drama, Easy, Key, all these folks that are all, either coming to Atlanta or from Atlanta. Because like you were describing it, like I said, I've never been, so I'm only learning from your experience.
It's a dope place, bro. Like lots of entrepreneurship, lots of young millionaires. It's just like Hollywood, like, but it's really where you come to work. Like LA is like the party place. You come there for the leisure and you just chill, go out, vibe.
Yeah.
But the workers in the industry are in Atlanta.
See,
like
I gotta check it out.
Really putting plays together. It's a real opportunity down here. There's a lot going on. Like so much culture that's properly funneled all over the place. There's just so many things to do, like for any type of person. Whatever you're into, it's several events for that specific thing every week. So it's like you can never run out of things to do in life.
That's a beautiful thing.
Like you're gonna run out of money before you run out of things to do.
So what was your experience working with DJ Drama?
So I got introduced to DJ Drama through my boy Willie Joe, who's actually from here, from Vallejo. He's his head A&R at the label. So I just really got in the door by my boy invited me to come do it. Around a lot, got familiar, just being around him, getting to witness just him, like being close to him, just nostalgic, just to knowing I grew up, like my favorite mixtapes, your voice is all over them, to like being in the same room as you and talking with you, as well as Don Cannon. So it's been nostalgic, but it's really just being invited, included, come through the room, and it started off with I believe a jacket. I made him a custom jacket, and that was like the first thing that really introduced us. Then later down the line, I started doing different artists merch, doing marketing plans. Then to art, he had like art that I've designed for him hanging up on his wall. I remember winning his Grammy. And yeah, it's just been just building those relationships just off being around, being a creative. And it's just brought me into doors and rooms that I didn't think I'd be in. I've witnessed a lot, like cool moments. Like I've been in a room. J. Cole sends a verse, it's unmixed. J. Cole's on FaceTime right in front of me. So it's like cool, like a lot of cool stuff. Like I've been in the studio, Mace walks in. Super nostalgic moment for me as a kid. But yeah, it's been dope. Just Generation Now is a label, dope label. But yeah, they're cool people. That's how I got introduced to my boy Willie Joe.
So what's one of the like more recent products that you've got to be involved in?
The most recent one.
Whether it's a physical product or even just like the rollout or marketing or just a creative process. Like what's the most recent
Specifically with DJ Drama?
Just in general.
Oh, in general? Mogul is Big Rich from the city. I'm the creative director of the Mogul brand. It's the Mogul Collection SF on Instagram. So these are the new shades. You're going to see this summer, bro.
Those are hard.
These shades are going to take over the Bay Area, bro. So put away your Cartiers, your Pradas, all that. Put it away because we're coming to that. So, like, that's something I'm very excited about and just appreciate him seeing my eye. Me and Big Rich go back over a decade now, where he just at the start of his program he has called Project Level.
Oh yeah.
It's blown up, and he reached out to me. He's just like, I love what I've been seeing you doing. I spoke with my team about it, and we just want you involved, like what you're doing creatively, and just a lot of my work since I've been in Atlanta is really what locked it in. And he was like, we've had a great relationship already, and I've always, when we spoke, been like, you ever need me for something, like I've done little favors for him. He'll need like somewhere to get something done, and I'll send him to a shop that can get something done for him. Just little things like that. But over time, we ended up just forming this good relationship, and now I've taken over as full creative director, and we got a nice collection coming.
Hey, that's beautiful stuff, man.
Yeah,
I love to hear business operations involving people that have worked to get in that position.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And Big Rich is legendary.
Yo,
that's a Bay Area
one of the biggest
legend.
ever. And also another artist I just began working with is Amy Luciani. She's from Detroit but based in Atlanta. She's the newest cast member of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So I'm now helping her with her marketing and content and just creative direction for her as an artist and merchandising and stuff. And it's been cool, like really good people. I love her team. It's cool people.
You catch like what's one of the most randomest kind of experiences you've gotten yourself in from just being, doing what you're doing? Like that's not hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like outside hip hop, like whether it's like working with some real estate folks or doing some food stuff. Like what's the most randomest shit?
Right now, I'm helping a porn star brand.
See, that's the shit.
Get pocket pussy. So it's been crazy, bro. Like
that's wild.
That thread with the vendor is just a graphic thread. I wouldn't want anybody to see, but I'm helping a porn star
it's a big industry.
build a vape brand and a sexual toy brand. So that's probably one of the most off the wall things I've done since doing it. But I'm like, I'm with whatever. Like I always want to do the most off the wall. Like I want to see how wide I can take this creativity and just come up with crazy things. But that's probably the wildest thing I'm involved in right now.
Hey.
That's pretty crazy.
It's catchy. It's catchy.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
And it elevates the portfolio.
Yeah,
you
definitely. Like that's definitely gonna open up a whole new market for me, and that's a lucrative market. Yeah, so.
All right, take notes, folks. Diversify the bag.
That's for sure, bro.
Diversify the bag.
You always want to tap into new markets as long as you don't feel like you're too out of your comfort zone.
You know who does that? Who's mastered that? Snoop Dogg.
Oh, but Snoop Dogg is probably the most famous person, bro.
Yeah, literally.
Like Snoop can do anything, bro. I just love in a new Skechers commercial.
Yes, yeah.
I was just like, bro, Snoop is like marketing. He is marketing. He is branding. Bro, like Snoop is the blueprint for what you want to become as an artist. Like you want to come to the game and solidify. It's like Snoop is a person that I believe can smoke weed anywhere he wants to, and nobody's gonna say anything.
Literally, yeah. I see
like,
him at Grant Cardone had his 10X conference, and saw a video with him. This is a business convention. He was smoking dope right in front of his face.
Like you gonna tell Snoop no? That would be crazy.
Yeah,
to tell
he's
Snoop
the
you can't
Corona
smoke.
commercials, the Skechers. I seen him do a kids book. You know, he was
His own cereal out.
his own cereal.
He got Snoop Loops.
Snoop Loops. You know, taking over Death Row Records
Yeah,
too.
bro. Crazy.
Man, that's wild shit.
Yeah, bro.
So now that we're kind of diving in on, just influences, like what are some of the marketing specific influences that you had that you kind of like soak up the game, read up on them, you're like, see how they did it. Like what's one in particular or two?
Well, definitely Nip, Virgil. Diddy. Big Rich. Steve Harvey. Because Steve Harvey is. Yeah, bro. Steve Harvey definitely. I just like seeing a story of a person who we see that seems so polished, but didn't gain their success until late in life. Like he speaks on from like 30 to 33, he was homeless, but he's like extremely wealthy now. He was just like, I was chasing my dream through all that, and just having that drive to like, you've marketed yourself so well where you can be on Family Feud, then you can have your judge show, then you can have a talk show, then you can host fashion shows. I'm like, so his marketing I think is definitely dope because he showed his range from starting back and having sitcoms and doing Kings of Comedy to what he is today. His credit. Who else would I say with marketing? Damon John.
Yep.
Definitely Damon John. Gary V. Yeah.
People got tired of him, but they don't realize he pioneered a lot of the social media shit.
Yes. I love freely expressing people. Like I don't need a nice soft message. I like it blunt. So like that's what attracted me here. He just keeps it brutally honest. But I like that. I like those type of people. I've always been more
authentic.
Yeah, like that's just I'm more attracted to like talking to those type of people.
I think that's like a key component of like urban culture. I feel like authenticity.
Jay-Z
for
Rick
sure.
Ross. Rick Ross high on that list.
Yeah.
Rick Ross one of my biggest inspirations is just the way he carries himself and the way he goes hard for any brand he's affiliated with. Brett Barish, Bel Air.
Yeah. Oh, you watched the Drink Champs episode?
Yes.
It's wild how he sells those slots for the car show for $25,000 just to be next to him.
Yes.
Bro, and he said he brought out 7,000 cars or some shit like that.
7,000 people.
Oh, 7,000 people, but it was like I forgot how many thousands of cars.
A lot of cars. And all on his land.
Bro, the land. He owns
Bro,
the land.
all his land.
He bought
bro. He has
Mill's
hundreds
property.
of acres, bro.
That's wild. Yeah, that's huge though.
But yeah, Pinky Cole, she owns Slutty Vegan. It's a huge vegan business, and it started in Atlanta, but now they've expanded to, I believe, Texas, New York, or Georgia Tech. But yeah, it's like she's a vegan-owned business, and she's had a valuation of over $100 million for her business.
Damn.
So, her, I would say, I think that's good.
Yeah.
No,
that's some good ones.
I'm saying I look to a lot of people.
They're very
They're
specific.
just great with their branding and their marketing that inspire me. Oh, E40 and Burner.
Yeah,
Can't leave those two off. E40 and Burner definitely huge inspiration just for fully showing you the blueprint of starting your own, building a brand, and then expanding into other things. So I feel like what E40 is doing with liquor is the same as what Burner's doing with weed.
Yep.
Like they've fully taken it as far as they come to the tycoon level. Like, so I gotta pay huge respect to that.
E40 going into food too.
Yeah, food.
Keep going, just keep going.
All types of things, bro. Like E40 big with it, bro.
I guess that's a good, like, a nice little pivot is to we talk about Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave it off on a good home love note. Like,
definitely.
What's some things about the Bay Area right now that you're acknowledging, that you see, and that you appreciate? Who's moving, who's shaking, and something that you want to see? You know.
Definitely gotta always shout out Simba and Russell, because I think they're showing the rest of the world. A lot of the world thinks that our last main time really having a major spotlight on us was 2006 for the hiking movie, and a lot of people outside of the Bay Area thinks that's exactly what we're on still. Like, we still appreciate and love that time period, but we have so much more to offer. And like such a diverse market. It's all types of artists here, singers, rappers of all types of categories. So I think they're showing that we really have some real lyrical people with some real content on a major level that can compete with the biggest people in the game. So I think definitely want to shout them out. And Lil Kayla, who recently got signed into Atlantic, she's managed by Big Rich. I think we need to get behind her. She one of the next biggest girls to come up the West Coast. I like Kai Bane. I don't know him, but I've heard a few of his songs and I liked it. It just sounds dope. Like I just like his flow. It's fun. I don't want to leave somebody else.
Yeah. It always happens.
But no, it's a few people that I'm liking right now. It's an artist from Oakland named Buddha. I think he one of the cleanest. Like, he's street rapper, but like his delivery and the way he put it together is different, bro. Where I've been saying it for a while, but I really think he's gonna end up being one of the next big stars out of the Bay. Who else would I say? Let me think of one or two more and then move on. Cause I don't know. It's so many people though. Like, we have so much talent. Don't get me wrong. If I have a name, you it's just like blame it on my mind and my heart. Rio 900. He's a nice artist. I like his music. And who else? I'm trying to think of who I've been actually listening to recently. Chauncey Jones, one of my boys. He's from Oakland. I just sat in a session with him a few days ago. He got a nice record he dropped for the summer. We just watched him build and we just seen him grow as an artist. That's definitely an artist I think y'all should tap in with, check out. I'll leave it at that for now.
Yeah, no, that's good. We're gonna get something for the people to digest.
Yeah.
To learn about, do some homework. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do some homework too, to learn about some of the artists you named.
Yeah.
And on a last note on the Bay Area type is like, what do you want to see? If you want to put something into the universe,
I want to see us take more advantage of our culture and really make more of it. More events, more platforms that just give flowers to the Bay Area, document more of what's going on here. And I think just find more ways to promote things, brand things, market things here in the Bay Area that I think we take for granted, that we should be really like paying close attention to and be like, this is important, this is a part of us. We should be like businesses. We should be like championing businesses, and letting people know, like, go support this restaurant, go support this clothing store, go support these shoes. Cause there's a lot of dope brands coming out of the Bay. Like, my little bro, he just dropped some shoes that are going viral in the Bay right now called Spread Love Sneakers. And it all came from a friend of ours, unfortunately took his own life. And from that, he found the silver lining in creating this brand to give love to other people, and it's like in the insoles it has like the suicide prevention phone number, and he's sharing like different resources on the page. It's not just products, it's like call this number, it's like different things to like signs that'll let you know somebody's not okay. So he's like building a thing that people can resonate with on a deeper level. I think we need more of that in the Bay Area culture, and not just like money grabs, like more pure things like that that are like wholesome things that people can relate to and can like feel on a deeper level. So I think we need more of that. And just more self-love, like higher value. Stop selling like I see a lot of dope clothes where like I go to their website and click the links. I'm like, bro, you're selling it this cheap, you're tripping, bro. You should be doubling that price. You should be having. But they're so stuck in this the Bay Area will have you feeling like you're not as important as you are, like you're not, your product isn't as valuable or worth as much as you want to charge for it. And sometimes people are not that confident because they're not getting told like, no, this is special, this is valuable. Like even if you can't afford it, you should still be able to tell a person like, I see what you're doing and I respect it. But a lot of the time people in the Bay Area make the mistake of always trying to lower that price to please people around them, and you doing that sends the wrong message to the people that were naturally going to support them. Now they don't see the value in it because you don't. So I think definitely putting a higher value on your product and believing more in yourself, and don't just look to people you personally know to be your supporters. Look for like your target market, like come up with an audience and the ideal customer to serve them. So I would say definitely do that.
No, that's very powerful. You know what I'm saying? I do agree with you that there needs to be more substance and just more focus on, you know, elevating ourselves, like you said, self-love, and just like doubling down on what we love and what we enjoy and what we feel like moves us, you know what I'm saying? And not making so much monetary, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's inevitable, we live in Silicon Valley, it's the highest rent in fucking the nation. You know what I'm saying? But you can still accomplish those goals at the same time. You know what I mean? So I back that message up. I appreciate that. For the creatives that made it this long, you know what I'm saying, audio wise on iTunes or Spotify or on video, what's some advice you want to give to the viewers or people listening that love creative work and they want to take it a step further? Maybe they're in a hole or maybe they're not there yet. Like what's some advice?
If you woke up today, you still serve a purpose. Not here for no reason. So we all have a unique gift that it's our assignment to share that gift and give it out to the world, make this world a better place, leave our mark on this world, a real legacy of our energy. And that's what like we're witnessing with like the Nipsey. We can still feel that energy years later because he gave us his true gift. So like you have to find out what that thing is. And some people will know what it is at 10 years old. Some people might not know till they're 35. It's not a time limit on finding your true purpose. But once you do, you have to stick with that true purpose. And then it's a disservice to your existence if you're not following what your true gift is and sharing it with the world. And don't be selfish with it. You have to give it out. When you are in a place of higher power, not to turn your back on the smaller guys, but remember to share your gifts with the people, and when you're blessed to pass that on to other people, so they're also like just spreading the fortune. When you get opportunity, sharing it. Like I believe in like since I've got to Atlanta, like when I have these experiences with people and meet these people, I try to find ways to like share that energy. Like I'll be in the studio, one of my bros' favorite rappers in the studio with me. I'm like, hey bro, can I FaceTime my bro? He's like, your biggest fan. I'm like, go ahead. FaceTime and put you on the phone with your favorite rapper. The type of inspiration that gives you is like no words can really express what that gives you. So like those types of things is just I want to share my experiences and just make the world a better place. Just what I think would be better, things I wish I had growing up.
Be the change you want to see.
Yeah.
And be the impact you want to feel.
Definitely. and just be great. Just wake up every day with the pure intention of being greater than you were the day before.
I appreciate that, man. I second that message, and I do appreciate your time. I do appreciate you making the effort to come tap in with me and have this conversation.
And I want to give a few shout outs.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I want to shout out my brother Mari. He's one of my best friends, and he started doing this content, which has inspired me to start doing more content and sharing more game and just giving out gems. That he started where just daily he gives out a message, and he closes it with "Go be great today." So now I'm helping him build a brand called "Go Be Great Today," which is just pretty much. I want to close on that note of just telling you go be great today, and be the best version of yourself, whether or not anybody else recognizes it. You might be down, you might be broke, you might have lost inspiration. You get it back today. I hope maybe my voice will be the thing that gets you back inspired, gets you back motivated, reminds you who you are, you're important, you're valuable. I see your creativity. If nobody else believes in you, I believe in you. And not to give up, because if you give up, somebody else that needs what you have to offer to the world will never be the greatest version of themselves if you don't be the greatest version of yourself.
Hey man, I'm a loss of words. Let's just say that, because I feel everything you say, and I resonate with all the words that you're saying, because I think it's a disservice for us not to be great.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, man. But once again, I appreciate you for coming down to San Jose, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Showing love to the South Bay. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Shout out to the whole 408.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think we're gonna close it off, man. But once again, thank you for your time, bro.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to all the creators out there putting in that work. Seek inspiration through the video, through the audio. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe on our iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. It ain't exclusive if it ain't an EMLN exclusive.
Remember that.
It's your boy BQ, my dog Ferris, and we out. Peace.